We'll take a look at the Ford goaltending matchup tonight. And Corey Crawford, that goals against average is the 8th best in the league. But in the last 4 games he's played, he's only given up 10 goals. And his record is 1-3. And so for a team that you would figure might be a little bit more offensively challenged coming up here, he's going to have to really be terrific for the Hawks to gain some standings points the next little while. At the other end, Ilya Bryzgalov. And the Minnesota Wild have had 7 different goalies dressed for them this year. This is the 4th different guy to start in a game against the Blackhawks. So kudos to the Wild with all the injuries and different situations they've had in their net. They have really been able to hang in there. We'll take a look at the officials. Referees Francois Saint-Laurent right there paired up. Or that's Chris Rooney right there. And the linesmen Johnny Murray and Derek Nansen. And we're underway in Chicago.
And the first period of Blackhawk hockey is brought to you by Chevy and ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Koivu hacked it up the boards. And with the Wild having to turn in their lineup first as the visiting team, they start their top guns. Koivu, Coyle, Parise. Here's a shot by Koivu. And the save made by Crawford. And interestingly, Quenneville goes with the Kruger line up against that top unit for Minnesota.
A good opportunity there for Mikko Koivu. A little bit of a rebound given up from Corey Crawford. He was able to regain that before a second chance opportunity.
Mikko Koivu in for this draw, has a 6-game point streak entering the action tonight. He's got 9 points, including 2 goals and 6 in a row. Now he got it out in front, but was well covered by Bolig. Hawks look to clear, held in. Koivu, his shot deflected off the leg of Brookbank, and it's picked up by Brandon Bolig, who's able to clear it to center. And by the way, Eddie showed you the Hawks line combinations leading into the game tonight. A late change among the defensive core. Johnny Oduya warmed up. They thought he was going to be able to play. He is out of the lineup. David Rundblad is in, and lower body for Oduya is what the word is. Bryzgalov had a problem, and he made a save. He gave himself a headache and then bailed it out with a right pad on Versteeg.
Oh, what an opportunity there for Chris Versteeg. Great hand-eye coordination and knocked that puck out of midair, and a right pad save and a beauty from Bryzgalov.
Fontaine from Minnesota looks towards Cook. That Cook rolled it in deep. Rodziak there. Helped by Cook. He spins it back. Brodin held it in. Now Prosser goes down low. Put it behind the Hawks net. Jonas Brodin, a long flip shot of the redirect. Went just over top of the net. Nice tip out in front by Cook.
Crawford never saw that, Pat. He never saw that puck come from the point from the real good young defenseman, Brodin. Well, with Oduya out, Pat, Brookbank's getting that opportunity to play with Hjalmarsson.
Yep, that's the way things open up as this one's dumped in, and Shaw brings it around the boards. That's picked off by the Wild, and Pominville cleared it to center. Sharp there. Sheldon Brookbank looks back to Patrick Sharp. That was a tweener pass. Now Hjalmarsson able to start away. Bounced it forward. Here comes Sharp with a shot. That's blocked. And Hjalmarsson has to turn back.
That's a little alley-oop there from Hjalmarsson. A little up and over, and Sharp with the opportunity.
Here comes Parise in. Parise has scored goals in 3 straight games for Minnesota. Got 4 goals in his last 3 in a row. Bolig will dump it back the other way. Suter put it up the boards. Parise there, cleared it ahead. Koivu couldn't pick up the bouncer.
That last shoot in there, Pat, another mishandle there from Bryzgalov. He wasn't able to stop the puck in behind the net. And anytime you get a chance, you want to force him when he goes out to play that puck. Right now, not very smooth.
Yeah, I want to think about giving it to him. Lead pass picked off by Keith to Seabrook.
Yeah, to your point, most times coaches tell you, keep it away from the goaltender. Yeah. Well, you know what? Scratch that tonight. Let's give it to him. He might give it back.
Peter Regan bounced at the end. Scandella pressured. Morin couldn't get control of the puck, though. And it's cleared back to center. Jake Dow playing his first NHL game of the season. One guy who started his career with the Blackhawks. Wild have had a couple of guys banged up, so Jake Dow just recalled to the American League. Getting a chance to center Heatley and Bayou. Rundblad chipped it up the boards. Here comes Jeremy Morin, rink wide. Bickle flipped the long one wide of the net. Chased it down. Bickle took a hit, held the puck, dropped it back. Brookbank for Bickle down low. And Spurgeon took it off his stick.
Good effort there from Bickle to win that physical battle, get the puck back to the point.
Now this one will be chipped into Chicago ice. Jomerson, a long bank pass, just out of the reach of Sharp. He's going to get there to save icing. And Bryzgalov bangs it to the wall. Brodziak couldn't advance it. Chalmerson had his pass blocked. Now the Wild get it back into Chicago territory. Shaw delivered a good jolt to Fontaine at center ice meanwhile. And out comes Hossa. Marian Hossa dropped it back to Sheldon Brookbank. Hawks trying to change as they keep control of it. And that happens. Seabrook up the head for Nordstrom. He could not get it deep. And now Prosser starts Minnesota back. Then a pass deflects deep into the zone. Keith for Seabrook, who's covered but got help from Nordstrom. And it's cleared to Brandon Saad, who could not kick to the stick. Saad, by the way, without a point in his last 7 games. Here's a race for icing in the Wild. Commonville out, able to beat everybody there. Commonville put it over to the other side, then got it back. Commonville checked by Keith. Still centered. Nordstrom in the way of that. Now a long shot. Crawford the save. Rebound. They tried to score from behind the net. It hit Crawford and deflects off the netting.
A couple of good plays there from Nordstrom, Pat. Good positioning down low in his own zone, and a good stick there from Brent Seabrook. Here's that opportunity. Redirect. Look at Corey Crawford. He has no idea that puck is in behind him. Remember that play with Ilya Bryzgalov? Well, yeah. Oh, what a stop off the right, off the swing, the right-handed swing there from Chris Versteeg. To be able to skating one way and be able to make contact. Just a heck of a play there by Chris Versteeg. And a nice stop there from Ilya Bryzgalov.
The Wild have won their last 2 games and only given up 3 goals in those last 2 starts, just finishing a 4-game road trip for Minnesota. Really, the Wild, I mean, you think about the different scenarios they've had, particularly in their net. Icing coming up here. I mean, they're 13 games over 500, in good position to qualify for the postseason. And they've dressed 7 different goalies. But to your point you made earlier, I mean, I think Mike Yo's team for the longest time has really been sort of defensively oriented, but adding a guy like Molson. Oh, good save, Bryzgalov off a Shaw faceoff when Hossa got rid of it in a hurry. A Wild get back in. Koivu's backhander blockered away Crawford and cleared to center. Spurgeon cranks it back in there.
That was a heck of a face-off play there for the Hawks. Face-off win, quick wrist there of Marian Hossa, and that was a real good stop by Bryzgalov.
Now the Wild's Fontaine had his pass deflected, going to roll to Crawford, who will take the whistle, and we've played almost 7 minutes here in the opening period.
Back to the United Center up at press level. I'm Tracy Myers for CSN, Chicago.com. Brian Bickle is back from that upper body injury that cost him the last 2 weeks. Now he's going to get back that strong game he was playing right before he got hurt. And in our Geico quote, Bickle said, "It's just about being out there and giving the team a spark. It's important for me to get back to playing the hockey I know." Pat Nettie, back to you.
Thanks, Tracy. And to that point, and Eddie mentioned how well he'd been playing before he got hurt. He had 8 hits in the previous 3 games before having to miss the last 6. So when he brings that element, he just seems to be at his best and certainly helps his team as much as any other way, even putting the puck in the net.
Yeah, and I think, Pat, points will come for Brian Bickle, but I don't think the impact that he has on this team will not be based on points. It will become with that physical presence, the ability to be able to get in and use that size and then play with that heavy body. And yeah, we know what he did last year in the playoffs. And you know, it was really unfortunate because those two games against Philadelphia and St. Louis, he was a difference maker, Pat. You knew when Brian Bickle was on the ice, and it helped the Blackhawks in both of those games get points. Now, I know what happened in Philadelphia, but he had one of those strong games that you want and need from Brian Bickle, especially in 2 weeks from right now.
Nordstrom goes chasing in. Scandella was in his way. Cleared up the boards. Heatley touched it loose. Here come the Wild. Dowell. And Veilleux tapped it in deep. Scandella got the feet from under Grunblad. It's cleared up the boards. And now Peter Regan looks towards Nordstrom. Grunblad. He's got two guys ahead of him that are open. And
just hesitation right there. Just move it right away. You see somebody and just get it to him. And once he did it, he should just keep going, Pat. I mean, he almost seemed like Minnesota thought he was going to move. They parted once he didn't move it, and then there was that time to go ahead and attack there, just in between there. Less is more for that type of situation.
This one dumped towards Crawford. He'll play it to Keith. Going up the middle, and Smith rolled it loose. Here comes Brandon Saad with a chip and chase, but Paula got back for the Wild. He nearly lost it. Now Smith knocked away, and Molson cleared it to center. Pominville sends it. Keith on it. And passed it up the middle. Here's Ben Smith to Chris Versteeg. Weaving to the middle. Now takes a look and shoots. And hit somebody from Smith. Back to Versteeg. He wants Saad. And the pass deflected up over his stick.
Like the mindset there of Versteeg shooting the puck.
Smith grabbed by Suter in behind. Ryan Suter won the puck beautifully, and Pominville sends him away. This one dumped in, and both teams change on the go. Sheldon Brookbank, who's played in 9 of the last 11 Hawks games, dumps it in. Now Koivu. And it's cleared back into Chicago territory. Here's Hjalmarsson. Nick Hjalmarsson, who entering the game tonight has been a -1 3 games in a row. That's noteworthy because he's only been minus in 17 games all season long. And for a guy that's always going against the other team's top line, that's noteworthy. Only 17 minus games all season. Remarkable. Here's Bolig. And his pass didn't connect. Rundblad cleared it ahead. Shaw was stood up at the line by Prosser.
That was a good pass there from Rundblad. Good angle pass and good reception by Shaw.
Now Matt Cook gets in. Leddy knocked it right off his stick. Back comes Sharp. He dropped it to Shaw. Looking towards Sharp in behind, but he had gone to the front of the net. Shaw working the corner, but that pass turned over and Fontaine got rid of it. Here's Matt Cook after a bouncer and rolled towards Crawford. He had thoughts of freezing it, but now it jumped loose, and Duncan Keith turned it over. He'll have to chase back. Keith a -3 in each of his last 2 games. Here's this ahead. Moore in a chip and chase. Met by Suter. Wild get the puck up the boards, and Pominville made a good backhand feed. Here's Halla for Molson. He goes rink wide. Suter had a bouncer and couldn't get it under control.
I think Suter was hollering for that puck there from Halla.
Now, Bickle working the boards, unable to pick it up. Hjalmarsson did. Bickle sends it forward, taken by Suter.
Long stretches here, partner, where without a stoppage. We went, 4 or 5 minutes earlier. That one save that Crawford had, a long time without it. Sometimes just you get on the rails, you just can't get off. That's just the way it is. especially through the middle of the ice.
Hossa gets in. His stick checked as he tried to snap it off. Rundblad. Let his pass deflect. Now David Rundblad. Around the stick of Hossa. He's checked. Rundblad has to scurry back. Letty dumps it. Rosser checked in the corner. Nordstrom trying to pry it loose. And Keith with a pinch. In behind. Kruger trying to muscle it out in front, but Coyle picked it off. And it's cleared up the boards. Keith there to hold it in. Keith centered a quick shot attempt by Kruger, deflected upstairs with 8 minutes remaining in a scoreless first period of the UC.
Well, it's time now for our Hyundai What to Look For. You got to build some momentum. Got to build some mo. Folks want to break this losing streak and get some confidence moving forward with only 5 games remaining after tonight. And mentioned Brian Bickle a little bit earlier, partner, and great to see Big Bick back in the lineup. Threw a good check there a little bit earlier. He won that foot race on the forecheck. It'll take him a little bit of time, but you know, with more reps and more opportunity, getting him feeling good again.
Smith is in behind.
No stick for Brodziak right now.
Now Versteeg got the puck. Rolled it in for Smith. He got taken down. Seabrook joins the party. Put it around the boards, and now it's cleared by Versteeg to center. Here comes Brodziak with a shot. Deflected. Good stick, Seabrook. It's out of play. A reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in the game tonight. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, it's nice when you're in April and you're talking about the first 3-game losing streak of the year. But, you know, with the playoffs less than 2 weeks away, you don't want to have this continue at all. Here's a long shot by Pominville, blocked Chalmerson. Shaw kicks it forward, carries it in. Tried to slip it in front, just out of the reach of Hossa. Brookbank had his shot blocked. And Pominville bottled up by Chalmerson. Brookbank for Shaw. He was well covered. Hossa got to it. He was checked right away. Now tapped back to Chalmerson. Into the corner, and Shaw helped by Sharp, who lost it. And the puck cleared to center. Shaw's pass missing Sharp. There's going to be icing Chicago. The Hawks wanted to change there and got to keep the same 5 out.
Well, are you or someone you know working with a program or institution that creates a positive impact for our community? Submit a nomination for the CME Group Community Spotlight Fan of the Game. Each Fan of the Game recipient will be awarded 2 Blackhawk tickets and an official Blackhawks replica jersey.
Andrew Shaw looking to break a 3-game pointless slide. Able to win that draw out. I believe are undefeated at the dot. They've won every face-off in the game to this point. Parise dropped it back. Spurgeon swings it in deep. Charlie Coyle is there. 6 points the last 6 games for Coyle. Now Sheldon Brookbank is clearing attempt. Fought loose by Hossa back to center. Back comes Coyle. Gets the line. Coyle walks in, trying to center. Good block, Chalmerson, of that pass. Came back in front of backhand shot. Good save on Koivu's backhander by Crawford. Here's a chance for Spurgeon. He's going to let it go. It's partially blocked. Tipped. They score. The shot was initially blocked by Chalmerson. Then I believe tipped again by a wild player out in front. Minnesota in front.
literally a bad break for the Blackhawks. Nicholas Hjalmarsson gets in the way, his changes, speed, and the double deflections. You called it, partner. Great pickup. Spurgeon, the shot block off a Charlie Coyle stick and up and over the glove of Corey Crawford. The one deflection, Pat, the goaltender, when it's that far out, when it went off of Hjalmarsson, you can react and be able to change your movement in your glove or your body position. But then all of a sudden, when it changes again, when you think it's, you know, it's coming at a certain speed, and then it just like up and over, and that's exactly what happened. And the Minnesota Wild with a 1-0 lead.
All right, now Peter Regan. Dropped it, and here's Letty. Minnesota native's pass is picked off, and Brodin starts back. Jonas Brodin, his pass picked off, then a long shot into the glove of Crawford. And it's taken by Letty. One of these passes deflected by Regan, but Bickle had been knocked down. He was in offside. And a whistle with 5 minutes remaining in the first period. A Charlie Coyle redirect as Minnesota in front. Welcome back to the United Center. We take a look at the Illinois Lottery. Anything's possible. And we mentioned that 7 different goalies have dressed for Mike Yo's team this year, but those are the 4 that have played. And when you think about, they come into this game 6th best in the entire league in goals against. They're at 2-3-7 as a team. So you certainly have to tip your cap to the Wild's ability to keep the puck out of the net under some trying circumstances. In fact, this guy that's playing tonight, Brizgalov, he hasn't lost a game since late January, back when he was with the Edmonton Oilers. Versteeg one-hands it out to Saad. Looks back to Versteeg, just out of his reach. Chris Versteeg.
A little different look here, Pat. You got Smith, Saad, and Versteeg.
Now Brodziak for Minnesota. And I think we might be saying that with some regularity.
Yeah, right, exactly.
A week and a half go by.
Better sharpen up the pencil.
Yeah. Now Cook, short of center when he flipped it, but no icing here.
I don't know about that.
I don't either.
That's generous.
Really generous.
Yeah, and Duncan Keith letting the linesman know that he did not touch that puck at all.
Jared Spurgeon paired up with Ryan Suter. Kruger broke it up. Spurgeon has to turn back. Jared Spurgeon goes high off the glass. Hjalmarsson in a chase with Coyle. Nick Hjalmarsson trying to feed Nordstrom. It didn't connect.
Nordstrom and Smith changing lines. Nordstrom going to the wing position with Kruger and Bowling on that last shift, and Smith moving up there with Versteeg and Saad.
Now it's held in by Hossa. Back of the net, Shaw. Prosser looks to clear. Good keep, Seabrook. But the Wild do get it out, and back comes Shaw. Prosser put it up the boards. A pinching Keith kept it in. Now Sharp back towards Keith, but Pominville picked it off. And Keith, able to elude 2 forecheckers, and the Hawks waltz out. Here comes Hossa. Hossa looks for Shaw. Couldn't get rid of it. And Hossa again. Walks to the middle, but eventually 3 white sweaters got to him. Now Rundblad to Regan. Peter Regan gets the line, tried a shot that didn't get through. Jeremy Morin works the corner. Morin's pass deflected, and the Wild come out.
Morin was trying to get that puck to Rundblad and give Minnesota credit. They had a good stick in a position, denied the opportunity, but Moore won the battle below the goal line. He wins another battle there below his own goal line in the defensive zone.
Rundblad in, left it for Moore, and a wrist shot soaked up by Bryzgalov. Jeremy Moore has not played in 3 of the last 4 Blackhawks games. But that's in the available ice time now with 2 major injuries that open up 40 minutes between those 2 guys, Kane and Taves, and somebody's going to get a little bigger piece of the pie and see what they can do with it.
Well, after that last shift, certainly Joel Quenneville would take notice of that. Again, winning a foot race in the offensive zone pad and trying to make the right play. It didn't work out, but that was the right read, and give Minnesota credit. He comes back and wins the battle below his own goal line in his own zone.
Parise gets in for Coyle to the backhand shoot. Big save by Crawford. A point-blank chance for Charlie Coyle. And now it's held in by Scandella. He left it, and Coyle couldn't pry his way through the traffic. Saad to the boards for Smith. It's held into Prosser. He lets it go. High up off the glass.
I don't know if Hjalmarsson got a piece of that or not.
Versteeg kind of batted towards the middle, hacked away from Saad, and now we're in the final minute of the first period. Right here. Prosser to Scandella. Bank pass read by Hossa, who steals. He's going to get a 2-on-1. Hossa walks in shooting. Big save, Bryzgalov. Marian Hossa. The passing lane played by the D-man, so he had to snap that off. And a good right pad from Ilya Bryzgalov. Bouncing puck here. Sharp couldn't reach it. And Prosser cleared it back to, or Spurgeon did, to center ice. 15 left. A pass missing Shaw. Taken away. Here's Brodziak shooting off the side of the net. Kyle Brodziak's pass deflects to the boards. And winds up back at center. That's going to finish the first period.
Oh, what an opportunity there, Pat, at the end of the period for the Blackhawks. Our Xfinity Telestrator. There's nobody on this side of the ice to give an outlet. And the Blackhawks do a really good job of coming back and taking away the space. Nowhere for the defenseman to pass it. That's Scandella. The quick little turnover, Shaw to Hossa. And a good save there from Bryzgalov. And then Corey Crawford. The backhand chance there for the lone goal scorer of the first period.
Only 5 shots on goal for the home team in the opening 20 tonight. Minnesota had 9. And they, as you see, have the game's only goal. Charlie Coyle got it on a second deflection. And the Wild in front at the end of 1.
Back inside to the United Center. The Hawks trail the Minnesota Wild as that young man enjoys that supersized pretzel. I think a little soft serve ice cream would go nicely with that, partner. Hello, young lady.
There's a happy human down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about in a waffle. Oh, a waffle cone. Well, earlier this evening, Pat, Zach Lazar, Regional Marketing President of BMO Private Bank, presented the award to the BMO Harris Bank Youth Hockey Player, Coach, and Volunteer of the Month. Evan Torbica is a 12-year-old Pee Wee player from the Midwest Blackbirds hockey team. He was the captain and recorded 103 goals this season. That is not a typo. At Wilbur Wright Middle School, Evan received the Presidential Award for Education Excellence. Coach Brian Carafoli is a Mike 8 and under coach at Champaign-Urbana Youth Hockey Association. His Mite team took second place in the Northern Illinois Hockey League tournament this year. Congratulations to Brian. And Jim Hall is the Vice President and Treasurer of the Chicago Bulldogs Hockey Club. Jill has been responsible for numerous roles, including the team manager, ice scheduler, uniform coordinator, and a member of the board of directors. Congratulations to her. BMO Harris Bank and Chicago Blackhawks would like to congratulate Evan, Brian, and Jill. And that lady on the right is Annie Cammons, the outstanding youth hockey director for the Chicago Blackhawks 365 days a year. So we thank BMO for all of their support and congratulate Evan, Brian, and Jill.
All right, the Blackhawks with a meager 5 shots on goal in the opening 20 minutes tonight. We'll see if they can spend a little bit more time in the offensive zone here as we start period 2.
And the second period of Blackhawk Hockey is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
Parise steps into the Hawk zone, dropped it back. The Coyle shot is soaked up by Crawford. Well, the Blackhawks in the first period, we mentioned how good they were at the faceoff dot. They finished 8-3, but the Wild credited with 13 hits. The Blackhawks credited with 11 hits. And look at almost every time the Hawks play, the other team's going to hit more than they do. But in 2 of the first 4 games against Minnesota, the Hawks have edged them in the hit department. And there have been only 5 games all year where that happened. So 2 of the 5 have come against this team. Maybe that's an element they might try to improve upon here as we move this game along. Minnesota not a particularly physical group. And by the way, 4 hits credited to Shaw in the first period here tonight for Chicago.
Good finish check there from Brandon Bollig on Zach Parise, and then he just took a run at Koivu.
Yeah, took a piece of him too. So Hjalmarsson bounced it back into the Wild end, is going to be covered by Brizgalov.
Well, tomorrow the White Sox will head to KC to take on the Royals. It's a Central Division battle. Coverage begins at 2:30 with White Sox pregame live, presented by Orland Park Toyota. White Sox, Royals, Stoney, Hawk and Stoney. 2:30. Comcast Sports Network.
Bouncing puck, and Crawford thought that was going to be an easy play, and it turned into an adventure, but he safely gloves it, hangs on to it.
Talk about Brandon Bollig. Make a good finish check here. Bollig's job isn't done. Watch him. Takes a piece of Koivu. Give him something to think about. He gets a stick in the back. Quick little shot there. An effective shift there for Brandon Bollig.
Keith up the board. Zahosa. He sends Shaw out of his zone. He put it on the stick of Sharp. Back for Shaw. Andrew Shaw dropped it to Patrick Sharp. Looks down low with a shot and a save by Brizgalov. Back goes Seabrook. Ooh, Keith's rink-wide pass nearly decapitated Shaw. Now the Wild Halla gets in. Matt Molson couldn't pick it up on the board. Ryan Suter winds it in deep. Seabrook fires along, has 2-on-1. Versteeg has Hossa with him. Versteeg, the shot, Brizgalov, and no rebound.
Boy, a stand-up save from Ilya Brizgalov. Matt, I've talked a lot about it with Kris Versteeg, hoping he would shoot the puck a little bit more, and he's done that so far. He's had opportunities to pass the puck. Tonight, he's shooting the puck, and I like it. Now look at Brizgalov. Not very often, Pat, you see any more goaltenders standing straight up and making stops right there. A lot of room between the legs of Ilya Brizgalov. Great outlet pass. Outstanding play from Brent Seabrook to get that puck to Kris Versteeg.
Here's a steal, Versteeg. Leddy to Versteeg. Into the corner goes Smith. He got checked by Brodziak. Now Brodin sandwiched on the end boards. It's taken by Saad out in front. Rundblad a shot well wide. Leddy kept it in. Now Versteeg, good pass back to Leddy, who lets it go. Good save, Brizgalov, rebound loose. Brizgalov with the score. The second save made on Saad. Ivan Smith out in front and was able to convert the third opportunity. Some net front presence from the home team, and we're tied.
What a great play from Kris Versteeg. Watch the play right there. Leddy shot, net front presence. Smith Smith is there, Saad is there, and then Ben Smith goes top shelf with Bryzgalov down. But the play from Versteeg, the shot by Nick Lady to get the puck to the net, and a couple of pats on the backside from head coach Joe Quenneville and assistant coach Jamie Compon. But after a great chance for Versteeg a little bit earlier than that, Hawks come right back and tie the game up.
Ben Smith didn't have a point his last 6 games, but able to notch goal number 11 there. And Hawks have drawn even. Veilleux tips this deep. Rundblad back. Bickle. Able to win a board battle, and here comes Morin. Jeremy Morin to Nick Leddy. And Veilleux took it away. Failed to clear. Morin's pass hit a leg and is clear the other way.
I like the idea there of Morin just getting to the net, recognizing Bickle going hard to the net. You never know.
Here's Marcus Kruger. Dropped it back. Brookbank was checked by Parise. He jammed it loose. Charlie Coyle into the zone. Pulls up. Now back to Parise with a shot, or I should say Koivu, and it deflected wide. And the race the other way. Bolig will be caught by Suter. Nordstrom to the corner. In behind to Kruger. Kruger for Bolig. Quick shot. That was kicked aside by Bryzgalov. And it's cleared up the boards to Koivu. And back goes Keith. Hawks get it in. Sharp for Hossa. The wrist shot. And a save. Bryzgalov with no rebound.
Well, become a Blackhawks fan ambassador. Driven by Chevy Drive, Chicago.com, and win exclusive prizes by sharing Blackhawks news and info on your social networks. Visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com to sign up today. Oh, those are a couple of happy humans right there. Look at the kid on the left there. He's probably thinking, can I just lick this all in one time and get it all in one lick? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
That's what I would be thinking.
I think what...
That was a swirl, too, by the way.
Oh, my favorite.
That looked good.
Here's a chance for the Wild. Brock blocker save. Crawford. Rebound back to Minnesota. And Brodin. He tried to bank it to the front of the net. Now Versteeg gets help to clear it. Lodziak dumped it. Keith fires a long bank pass for Saad. He got squeezed by Scandella. Now Cook rolled it out of there. Fontaine put it across. Here's Scandella getting the line. Brodziak's long wrister. Oh, he's hoping for a tip. Just barely missed Scandella's stick. And now out of the corner, Coyle got taken down. Cleared the other way, and Sharp's going to retrieve. Patrick Sharp moves into the shot. Good block by Blum. He got his stick in the way of the attempt. And it deflected, they say, out of play.
Well, the former first-round draft pick of the Nashville Predators, Jonathan Blum, the first ever born and bred California native to be drafted in the first round by in the National Hockey League. And Jonathan Blum getting an opportunity with the Minnesota Wild. Good speed there from Patrick Sharp. And Sharpie trying to fake that shot and take it to the net. And it's that good, solid stick positioning by that man right there. Denied a quality chance for Patrick Sharp.
Face-off win to Brookbank. Now Shaw. Bounced it loose. Golmston tried to get it to the middle. Shaw working against Spurgeon. Cleared along the board. Long one. Brookbank went wide. And here's Sharp. Patrick Sharp looks behind the net for Hossa. It escaped him. Sharp getting it back. Shaw checked. Koivu for the Wild. Fires it off the glass and out. Now Minnesota's Suter cleared it across the ice. Coyle's pass broken up. Now here's a shot. Glove save and a good one by Corey Crawford. 6 minutes gone by in the second. The Hawks and the Wild are even.
Well, Jordan Lynch broke NCAA records, led the MAC in multiple offensive categories, all while leading the Huskies to new heights. Now Lynch faces his biggest hurdle, trying to get a shot in the big leagues. Jordan's journey from NIU to the NFL tonight on Sportsnet Central after Blackhawks postgame live. Pat, I got an early birthday shout out for Zach Maitland. His family has season tickets here, and he'll be 34 years old in a couple of months. But finally, recently was told that he was just 33 and a third years old a couple of months ago. So we appreciate the Maitland family being season ticket holders of the Blackhawks, and we wish Zach an early birthday.
All right, the Wild from their own end. Suter across to Eric Holla. Put it to this side. Pominville pulled up with a long wrist shot off the leg of Seabrook. Virgin tried to center, never reaching Holla. Now Keith starting back. Side goes wide. Tried to center one. The pass didn't connect with Smith. Pominville cleared the zone. David Rundblad, in his first 3 games as a Blackhawk, only was on the ice for 20 minutes. But in those games, the Hawks were 3-0. So he's hoping to have that personal run continue. And he'll have to chase back here. We'll leave it for Letty. Now Rundblad will get the Minnesota line. Bill has it. Rundblad walked in front with a shot. And that hit some traffic out in front of the net. Back come the Wild. Fontaine looks towards Cook. Back to Justin Fontaine, who's centering a pass is kicked loose. Out comes Morin. Jeremy Morin. Tied up to the corner. Brodziak there. Minnesota's only lost 1 of their last 6 road games. But overall on the road, they're a game under 500 and in the bottom half of the league in terms of road points gained. Now Jonas Brodin. Bank pass ahead, and Parise's feed broken up. Jalmerson, and now, oh, look out, Parise down.
Bolig hit him.
And Bolig now challenged by Koivu. And a couple of the Wild get into the neighborhood. I have to admit, not seeing the hit. Did you?
Yeah, I just got the tail end of it. I just know it was Bolig that made the contact with Parise. Neither one of the officials had their arms up, Pat. Almost the whiplash effect. Parise had no idea he was there.
That's the thing. He just didn't know he was coming. But, I mean, the legality of it, I don't think is in question.
Yeah, I think both the referees saw it. And I mean, the extension of the left arm would be the only thing there. And again, the follow through and Parise getting some medical attention.
So Parise looks like he wants to stay on the bench, and the medical staff wants him to go back and get further evaluation. So the Wild's leading scorer will be unavailable at least for a little bit. So Brandon Bolig, I mean, we talked about the chance to be physical against the Wild team, and I mean, that's the guy who generally is done that pretty well. And here the second period been really effective. Here's Sharp. Helped by Shaw with a backhander off a skate in front. Hossa dropped it in toward the middle. Pominville picked it off. And it's cleared to center. Hawks misfire on a pass, but no icing here, so Prosser ahead to Matt Molson. Into the zone, Pominville looks to center one. Here's Prosser looking to throw in front. Nobody home for the Wild. And Keith, a long pass. He had a jump away from Sharpless at the end of a shift. Boy, it could have been a 2-on-1, but they have to go change. Suter back in. Arister blockered away Crawford. And cleared ahead. Here's Smith out of a 2-on-1. Versteeg's up there with him. Versteeg tried to center it. That pass broken up. Now the Wild the other way. Heatley into the zone. Dowell. He's checked right away. Rundblad failed to clear. Danny Heatley couldn't get the puck settled down. Saab the other way, who was checked as he got in. Jake Dowell dropped it to Heatley, sending it in behind. Versteeg hit hard by Veilleux, then retaliated. Going to be a penalty coming up here against Chris Versteeg, I believe.
Yeah, not a good penalty there. Veilleux took a run at him, and then he retaliated, as you mentioned, Pat, with the swing of the stick in the corner. Power play coming for the Wild.
First penalty of the game midway in the second.
Well, the Minnesota Wild, not a real physical team there, Pat, but one of the guys that can do it and will is Stefan Veilleux. And there you see the hard hit on Chris Versteeg. Versteeg didn't like it. The retaliatory penalty, not a good penalty there from Versteeg. And he kind of figured somebody was going to take a run at something. Good to see Zach Parise back on the ice after getting some medical attention. But you kind of figured, though, Pat, that somebody was going to get, somebody was going to take a run at somebody after seeing Parise get knocked down from Brandon Bollig.
The Wild, one of their last 12 on the power play. Their first chance tonight, really the first for either team. They get the draw. Suter across to Mikko Koivu. Parise to the front of the net. Suter, Koivu. They play catch. Now they'll come this way. Pominville. Suter can't find a lane. Pominville still on the perimeter. Here's long flip shot. Good save by Crawford through a Parise screen. Pominville across to Koivu. Tried to center. Picked off. And Smith able to bounce it out. Wild dumping it back in. Brookbank hammered it up the board. Suter kept it. Molson sends it in behind. Now back out in front. Ryan Suter goes to the middle. Pominville centered it. Here's a blast and a save. Crawford on Parise, and he holds it.
Well, from our Xfinity Telestrator, this is how you kill a penalty. Keep an eye on that man right there. That's Marcus Kruger. Watch him mirror. Watch him move back and forth, stops and starts. You talk about no lane. Well, that's the reason. Marcus Kruger doing a great job there, Pat, of just making sure of getting in that shooting lane and giving the shooter something to think about. And if you can get him to hesitate, you've done your job. And you saw a lot of hesitation there because there was nothing to shoot at. Outstanding job there from Kruger.
Who wins a draw, tried to advance it out, and a hand pass ruled here against the Wild. So the Hawks do succeed in getting the puck out of their own end. Blackhawks PK, which for so long was in so much of a struggle. Now the last little bit, the last 26 games, they've allowed 9 out of 91. I mean, that's 9 power play goals against in 26 games. That would be very helpful to keep up that pace.
Yeah, getting a save, winning more faceoffs, Pat, while shorthanded, and getting in those shooting lanes and blocking shots, all going to make it come together. And I think a unit that's gaining confidence as well at the perfect time of year.
Now it's jammed back in front. Smith there, failed to get it out. Here's Fontaine. Dropped it back. Suter, or I should say Brodin, put it and then got it back. Brodin to Spurgeon. Moves in with a shot attempt. Smothered by Seabrook. Now they work in the corner. Came free on the boards. Kruger couldn't advance it. Fontaine sends it across Brodin. Broke his stick on the shot attempt. Heatley battles with Seabrook and jammed loose. Smith got to it. And he'll clear for a change. The penalty now over, and both teams at full strength.
A nice round of applause by the great Blackhawk fans to acknowledge the penalty killing unit.
Now Sharp steps into the zone. Patrick Sharp shot it from a tough angle. Brizgalov nearly gave the rebound. And there have not been a whole lot of those against Brizgalov tonight. But Shaw couldn't get any wood on the bouncing puck. Back come the Wild. Here's a chance. Koivu, Parise to Koivu, centered it. And just missed Palmer with a pass. Comes back to Suter. He rings it around. Koivu. Taken away by Hjalmarsson. Cleared to center. Sharp wants Shaw. And he had to jump away. Now back comes Zach Parise. Dustin Fontaine's wrister. Blockered away Crawford. And now Bickle ahead to Morin. Had a man coming at him, able to clear it ahead. And too many men on the ice. Is being whistled. That's some contact after the whistle went. And so we got 9 guys gathered. But the officials so far are able to keep everybody apart. And Andrew Shaw a little slow to get up after he was hit, after the whistle had gone.
I believe it was Matt Cook that caught him, Pat. But what ends up happening is that the Blackhawks are going out, and you see from our Xfinity Teleshow, you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4. Now over here, you see a shadow, and then you get an extra player coming here, and it ends up being Matt Cook that makes collision. But look at Andrew Shaw, Pat. He's looking back, and that's where the penalty is. And there you see the linesman in behind, as you mentioned, too many men on the ice. I think Joe Quenneville is asking the official maybe for 2 penalties there. The one on Cook.
Yeah.
But I thought he hit him just when he had gotten the puck. And then everybody went right towards Matt Cook after that had happened. But too many men on the ice was the initial call. Looks like it's going to end up
coincidental to Heatley and Morin after the skirmish. The initial too many men call sent the Hawks to their first power play. The Wild able to get the draw, though, and clear it. Hawks on the power play, just 2 of the last 21. That's over 6 games. But the Minnesota PK has had a hard time. You see they're near the bottom of the league season long. And lately haven't helped them either. They've had 8 goals against their last 7 games. While short. Here's Hossa. And the pass picked off by Cook. Hossa for Steve Shaw in front of Sharp and Keith.
It's starting to get a little chippy. Hossa and Cook now a couple of sticks up. And again, it's a direct result of the big hit a little bit earlier in this period.
Scandella on his backhand. Able to hoist it. A minute left on the Chicago power play. Out comes Leddy. Works his way in. Leddy goes wide. Brodin got to him in the corner. Now a board battle won by the Wild.
Nice play there from Brodin to be able to win that battle.
And inside, carries it back in. Dropped it to Ben Smith. Kruger, Saad, and Smith now in front of Leddy and Seabrook the second half of the Hawks power play. Smith from the corner. Ben Smith left it for Kruger. Turns in deep. Seabrook joint getting up toward the front of the net, but they couldn't find him. Here's Leddy to Seabrook. One-timer. Fired it wide. Held in by Kruger. Saad to the middle, back to Letty. Here it comes. And it's blocked out in front of the net. That might hit his own man, Smith. And the penalty over both teams at full strength. And the Wild has Dowell able to clear it to center. Brookbank fires along when trying to catch Bryzgalov leaving the net early. But the goalie stayed home, made the stop. We're late in the second in a 1-1 battle.
Well, tonight after the game, the Blackhawks will jump on their charter and head to Columbus. Take on the Blue Jackets. Coverage starts at 5:30 with Chevy. I said Chevy. Blackhawks pregame live. You get Hawks, you get Blue Jackets, you get the great Pat Foley and me. Tomorrow at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Plus.
And by the way, the Jackets are in Philadelphia tonight, leading in the game 2-0 late in the third.
It's a huge game. It's not the Blue Jackets that we've seen the last couple of years.
No.
They can get up and down the ice. They got more depth. They got a couple of real good young players in Johansson and Atkinson. Goaltender speaks for himself, Sergei Bobrovsky. Todd Richards has done really good job there. And it's a huge position they're in on the road right now, and a very tough place to play in Philadelphia.
Marcus Kruger will bring it around, hoping for Bowling. Backed away from him to Parise. He feathers it ahead. Coyle could not get away from Johnson. Nice defensive play. The Hawks, number 4, Nordstrom with a chip and chase. Joakim Nordstrom, helped by Brandon Bogut, escaped them both. Parise comes away. Here come the Wild. Coyle wants Brodin. Well covered by Seabrook. Now Parise's pass hit a couple of skates. Jonas Brodin across to Ryan Suter. Trying to work a give and go. Suter's shot hit the side of the net. And then Nordstrom wasn't sure what to do, so just safely cleared it the other way. And it's going to be icing Chicago.
Well, earn a chance to have Patrick Sharp visit your elementary or middle school. Get the entire family involved in gathering gently used clothes and household items. Then go to any participating Goodwill store and donation center between Tuesday, the 1st of April, the other day, and Wednesday, April 30th. The school with the greatest number of items donated will receive a visit from Patrick Sharp. That'll make a few school kids happy to see Sharpie walk inside their school. Give a shout out to all those great teachers out there, Pat. All the different levels in the school districts all around our viewing area.
Yeah, and as you said, there'll be some school. You can guarantee one thing, that's going to be a fun day at that school. 3 minutes to go in the second period, 1-1. With Minnesota at this point having 18 shots, Chicago 14.
Much different period here, partner, in the second than it was in the first.
I think the Hawks really seem to be concentrating on the physical element early on, and might have helped them a little bit. Now Blum brings it around. Keith kept it, but he had an escape of here come the Wild. Molson cleared it in. The return pass. Hola threw it out in front. Blum long back and well wide. Then a save made by Crawford on a close-in chance for Jason Pominville.
The Wild might have wanted too many men on the ice against the Hawks when Duncan Keith had jumped on the ice there to keep the play alive. But Hawks did a good job of coming back and denying that 2-on-1. A great effort away from the puck to keep the puck to the outside. Got to make sure here at the end of the period the ice deteriorates. You got to make sure you get the puck in at their blue line and out at yours. You ice it, but you got to make sure you get that puck. And with no Jonathan Toews, one of the premier center icemen in the entire league, especially in the faceoff dot, you've seen a lot of different guys taking draws for Joel Quenneville right now, and Brandon Saad's going to get an opportunity here on the strong side on the backhand against Quenneville.
And Saad able to pull it back. Now taken by Versteeg. Saad gets to it and behind the net. Smith had his pocket pick. Nice play, Parise. Coyle did not get away from Keith, and Versteeg put it on the stick of Duncan Keith, who steps in. Dropped it towards the middle. Parise in the right spot, and out comes Coyle. Now they battle away right by the Minnesota bench. And finally the Hawks get control and a turnover. Saad. Cook in front now. An open net, and Keith saved the goal. Rebound held in. Brodin fires along one, blocked by Smith. Brodin kept it in again. Fontaine lost it, and Brookbank put it to Keith. A good pass from Smith to Saad. He sends it across for Steve. Missed the net. And the final minute now of period 2. Hjalmarsson put it back into wild ice. Fontaine shot it to center. Here's Seabrook. I'm going to feed more, and that was well out of his reach, icing Chicago.
Boy, what an opportunity for Kyle Brodziak. Hawks get control of the puck pad, and Brandon Saad's the guy that tried to bump this puck back to Sheldon Brookbank from our Smirnoff RoboCam. There's Matt Cook, and he's in between Saad and Brookbank. And watch the play you mentioned. The hustle play, the great stick positioning of Duncan Keith to come back all the way and deny this move. He had him. He had Crawford beat. But Duncan Keith saves the day there very late in the second period. Talked about it too, Pat, a little bit earlier. Blue lines, right? The puck was right at the blue line. Didn't get out. Puck's got to get out there in that situation. That's what playoff hockey's all about.
Matt Molson tries a long shot, missing the net, and back come the Blackhawks. Bickle on a crisscross with Morin. Tried a long shot, kicked away Brizgalov. And back comes Holla to Molson. Put it in. Centering pass picked off Hjalmarsson, and that will finish period 2. The Wild had 10 shots in the second period. The Blackhawks also had 10. The total's 19-15 favoring the visitors. The Blackhawks down a goal, got a rebound tally from Ben Smith on the scramble, and we're tied at the end of 2. Welcome back to downtown Chicago, the greatest city in the world. The Blackhawks and the Wild, as you see, even get ready for the third period. Both teams take the ice, getting ready for that. Assistant coach Jamie Compound, nice enough to put a headset on for us. It's not always this way against Minnesota in terms of physicality, but it looks like the longer this game has gone on, the more chippiness has gotten involved. I mean, do you have that sense from the bench?
Well, yeah, it's, hey, they're fighting for the playoff lives here, and we got guys in the lineup that are fighting for a spot. So, yeah, the intensity's wrapped up. We have very few games left, and every shift's important. Every game's important. So, you know, the intensity level goes up at this time of the year.
Hey, James, where do you think your team improved their game from period 1 to period 2? Because it looked like from our chair up here, it looked like you guys are a little bit more in sync in that second period. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. The quick ups are the big thing. We advance the puck. We don't let them hit the reset button in the neutral zone forecheck. They can't get over top of us. Filling the 3 lanes, making their D turn, getting on the attack. That quick, close support is huge for us. And that's, you know, that's where we want to play the game, in the offensive zone. And when we do that, we are successful, and we spend time in their end.
Hey, Jay, real quick, the physical play, did that help? Part of that with the quick ups and then getting in and getting that sustained pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't get the puck past the top of the circles in the first period. In the second period, we started getting the puck deep. We made him turn every time. We made him play a 200-foot game, and that's what we want.
All right, good luck here in the third. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jam. And we appreciate very much the Blackhawks assistant coaches joining us after every second intermission right before puck drop in the third period. We appreciate the Blackhawks Media Relations Department for setting that up for us every game, and take our great fans inside, hearing from Jamie Compound and Mike Kitchen. In this third period of Blackhawk Hockey is brought to you by Struggling and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers.
Koivu clears it back into Chicago ice. Coyle against Hjalmarsson. Nordstrom hacked at it, and it bounced away from Spurgeon, and Kruger chasing in. He got to a bouncer, but Suter arrived there as well.
A little bit of hole, too. Well, Pat, I think maybe a little grab of the jersey from Ryan Suter on Marcus Kruger. Boy, it looked like he was shot out of a cannon through the middle of the ice there for trying to create that offensive look.
Sharp going up the right side. That is pass broken up. Now it comes back to Sharp. Shaw from the corner. Right up by Brodziak. Sharp got to the puck. His pass deflected by Coyle. Hossa back into the wild zone. Stick handling, could not get it all the way to the middle. And a four-man battle. Finally, Hossa got knocked down.
It's one of those where you just want to stick a fork in it right there. Everybody just stabbing at it or whatever.
Hacking and whacking.
I'm going to go back to that hustle play, Pat, from Marcus Kruger and our Xfinity Telestrator. Watch that arm there as Kruger cuts the middle of the ice, and see if Suter grabs the jersey of Kruger. Right there. Oh, yeah. I mean, he grabs. You can see the number get kind of pulled down there, and no question that kind of threw Kruger off. And very often, Ryan Suter, you see him sitting on the bench. Usually when you go to him, Pat, he's out on the ice like a revolving door when he comes in and out off the ice when he's out there almost half the game.
Well, not almost. He's on the ice 20 minutes out of the first 40 tonight. And to that point, Eddie, Ryan Suter, there have been 35 games this year where he's played 30 minutes or more. I mean, it's remarkable. And even as remarkable, he doesn't lead the league in ice time. He leads it by 2.5 minutes. I mean, it's a runaway. Here's Rundblad's long shot. Oh, and he's hoping for a Smith tip. Didn't get it.
Great idea there from Rundblad. Head up, shoot the puck towards the net.
Now Suter has got it again as the Hawks peel off the chain. Spurgeon cleared it in. Was short of center when he did, but Crawford came out to play it, not knowing it was going to be icing. And the Hawks do get back the other way. Bolig, a wrist shot, handled by Bryzgalov. There's what we were talking about. A substantial lead for Ryan Suter. I mean, you know, usually in season-long ice times, from one guy to another, I mean, it might be half a minute or less in terms of average ice time, but I mean, close to half of the games he's played, 76 games played, 35 of them he's played 30 or more. Morin shot in front to Bickle. He scored! His second chance was converted after the initial save made. Bickle to the front of the net, and the Hawks in front for the first time tonight.
Great effort all the way around. So the puck is over in this area here, Pat, but watch the hustle here from Jeremy Morin. He's going to take the puck and steal it. Watch what happens right there. And now he's able to get the puck to the net. Ryan Bickle not once but twice stays with it and throws those hands beautifully towards the crossbar. What a stop initially by Bryzgalov. And he opens up the blade and scores a huge goal. But the great read from Jeremy Morin there on the face-off win for the Minnesota Wild. Forces a turnover. The puck ends up in the back of the net.
Seabrook put it up the boards. Morin there for Bickle. His wrist shot missed the far post. Taken by Jonathan Blum. Blum now dumps this in. Hjalmarsson able to pick it up behind the net. And now the Wild try Rodziak for Pominville. Tapped it around the board. Then got it back. Jason Pominville looks to center. Picked off by Shaw. Fights his way into the zone. Andrew Shaw trying to pull it to the forehand. And Scandella able to pry it off the board. Rodziak sends it into Chicago ice. Brookbank. Pass picked off. Koivu on the counterattack. Looks for Coyle in front. The pass missed him. Spurgeon sends it the other way. Koivu. Coyle for Parise. It missed him. Now taken by Suter. A long flip shot. Tip. Oh, what a save and a redirect. And the rebound to Sharp. He's going to make sure to get this one out. Icing Chicago, but not a bad play to make under some duress.
Yeah, that's the right play there from Patrick Sharp. Make sure it gets out of the zone, and Ryan Suter gets his puck to the net, and Corey Crawford fighting it off and changes direction there. Charlie Coyle, the goal scorer for the Wild. Go back to the goal. Just hustle play here all the way around. Knowing what the Wild were going to do there, Pat, off of one faceoff. And that's just outstanding coaching, preparation, and players going out and executing there. And Jeremy Morin with a heads-up play, and you love the second effort there of Brian Bickle to stay with that first one.
Coyle gets back in with a shot attempt that didn't get through. Now Koivu. Let his pass go out of the zone. And the Hawks have changed up four, but Keith is still out there after that last icing. And here's Keith ahead for Kruger, then Seabrook. He dumps it back into the Wild end. Brodin challenged by Nordstrom. The puck came loose, and Olsen rolled it to Fontaine. Here they come, Scandella. Looks to stuff it home, and a save made by Crawford as Matt Cook had a whack point blank. Cook has it again. Goes across to Scandella with a long blast. Never got through. Cook picked up the carom. Left it for Holla. And Brookbank able to take it away. But Saad could not catch up with it. And Molson flipped it back to the line. Taken by the Wild's Brodin. Back for Holla. And the Hawks had it, didn't get it out. Off and out to shield the puck nicely along the board, so the Hawks get control, and Saad couldn't hang on to the pass.
Yeah, ran a little interference as well on Fontaine. You mentioned Matt Molson. I don't think you called his name maybe more than twice all game, Pat.
Well, he's out there now, but yeah, it's not been, to this point, much of a factor in the game. Molson's played 14 games since coming to Minnesota. He's got 5 goals, 9 points. But their record as a team since Molson showed up, 5-5-4. Maybe not the type of lift that the Wild was looking for at the trade deadline, but here's a Seabrook turnover. Parise slipped it in front, broken up Crawford, able to hang on for a whistle. Well, Hawks turnover leads to a near problem, but the lead gained when Brian Bickle finished his own rebound.
Well, time now for our KFC Fan Cam. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A little soft serve. Look, he's still looking at that same soft serve. Period. That's how long it lasts. That's what I'm talking about. And I understand, Pat, that this couple got engaged here tonight at the United Center. So congratulations. Everybody looks happy.
That's the way it usually goes early, isn't it?
Now, hold on a second.
Hey, I'm just asking. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. 25 plus years now.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful thing. I'm hoping I get more cookies from Diana.
I was waiting for you to tag it there. It's all her, right? That's what you're going to say.
No, not at all.
Because I'm not bringing you cookies.
Nor would I ask.
Yeah.
All right, now the Wild dump it in. Coyle in the corner. And loose, and Brandon Bollig. And put it into Minnesota territory. Suter. Pass missed. Going to be icing Wild.
Well, on Wednesday, April 9th, the Hawks take on the Montreal Canadiens. The first 10,000 fans that enter United Center will receive a Blackhawks golf towel. I'll get a couple for you, partner, presented by the Private Bank. I love the Private Bank. Visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com for ticket information.
Wild get the draw. Fontaine. Cleared it ahead. Picked up by Shaw. Out comes Leddy. Nick Leddy's wrist shot handled by Brizgalov. Hossa working the boards. Taking away Fontaine. And Scandella is rubbed off by Rundblad. Here's Shaw, putting it into Wild territory. Morin against Bodine. They lock up, and Minnesota starting back. Matt Molson flipped it in. Jason Pominville back to Molson in the corner. Back of the goal, Brodziak. Taken away by Seabrook, who's able to body his check out of the way and get rid of it. Back comes Regan. And then Suter for the Wild. Clears the zone. Here's Nate Prosser. Here's Ryan Suter. Jake Dowell chasing it down. Around to Heatley. Now Dowell and Leddy get together. Dowell got the puck. Trying to bank it off the side of the net, but it went right to Hossa. Rundblad turned it over. Heatley, a long shot. Hit a leg out in front. And then a long flipper kicked away by Rundblad. Hossa hacking it out of there.
A couple of block shots there for Rundblad. The one that turned the puck over initially.
Brookbank up the boards, and Versteeg. Toward the center when he flipped it, and Nordstrom's going to save icing. Joakim Nordstrom skating hard. Now Regan got into the corner. Kruger did. Marcus Kruger. Helped by Brandon Bollig. Brookbank, a long shot. Hit a leg in front. And the Wild Blum cleared it back the other way. And icing Minnesota. Well, Eddie mentioned Jonathan Blum. Interesting story, because the first California-born and trained hockey player ever to be a first-round draft pick. But 10 years ago, there's a couple of things befell him and his family. At 15 years old, he lost his twin sister, who was home sleeping in their house. She was homesick. There was a gas leak in the house. The rest of the family was at a hospital visiting a relative. The house burned down. He lost his twin sister when he was 15, and about 6 months after that, his mother, diagnosed with cancer, was only given a couple of months to live. She has actually recovered and is doing pretty well. He had several surgeries and treatment and so forth. So young guy who's been through a lot and getting a chance here with the Wild after a couple of their D-men have been banged up.
Yeah, I had a chance to coach him, Pat, a couple of years ago for Team USA in the under-18 tournament. Just a great kid, and good to see him get another opportunity in the National Hockey League.
Absolutely.
Time now for our Kia drives to the net. Hawks down 1-0. Ben Smith, second opportunity. Ties the game up at 1, and then Brian Bickle. One chance. Stop. Second one. He goes roof. Bickle with his 11th of the year. Good to see Big Bick back in the lineup and contributing in a lot of different ways. The physicality and getting on a scoreboard as well.
Fontaine feathered it ahead. Here's a chance and a save. Crawford on Haula. Rebound is blocked. And Haula from the corner.
What a pass there from Fontaine to get the puck to Haula.
A terrific feed, and Crawford with the answer. Now back they come. Brodin pulls up. Fontaine check. And Seabrook goes to the right side. That one's going to be held in. Pominville's long one is blocked. And back comes Shaw. Working against Brodin. Marco Scandella cleared it to center. Pominville. Good advance, and Nordstrom on the counterattack. Walks in with a shot, partially blocked, and then kicked aside Brizgalov. And Scandella settles it down for the visitors. Jared Spurgeon looks towards Pominville. He was stripped of it. Hawks get it in for a change. Get down to 8 minutes remaining in the third period. 2-1 in favor of the Hawks. Looking to break their first 3-game losing streak of the season. Versteeg dumped it. Suter bothered by Smith. And Spurgeon starts back. Jared Spurgeon gets the line right through Seabrook. Drives in, shooting. And Crawford might have gotten a piece of the backhand bid. Into the corner, Keith. Nice pass to Smith. Seabrook scooped it ahead. Here comes Saad. Brandon Saad in front of Versteeg. It was not a good pass. Out of the wheelhouse. Now Blum looks towards Heatley. He checked more and turned it over. Here's a long shot. Leddy that's blocked. Bickle had it taken away in the corner. Coyle to Blum. He gets the line. Danny Heatley checked by Nick Leddy. Now Rundblad. Gets it to center ice. This one dumped back into Chicago ice. Taken by Brookbank.
Good finish check there. Morin on Brodin after he dumped that puck in.
They get it in. Oh, a late offside whistle, but Hossa ruled to be in there ahead of the play.
Well, Jeremy Morin with an assist pad, and I think he's had another strong game. Here he's finishing his check on Jonas Brodin. That's what you got to do, the little things to stay in the lineup. In time now for our GMC professional grade save and pass. There's the pass from Fontaine to Haula. And Corey Crawford denies that opportunity. Great positioning. A little bit of a rebound there. Ends up going past both Brent Seabrook and the Minnesota Wild forward.
Now Pominville in. Raziak took down Seabrook. That came loose in behind, and Duncan Keith. It's cleared up the boards. Cook kept it in. Brodziak. Center one quick shot. And that might have been blocked out in front of the net. Back comes Hossa. Hossa dropped it to Keith. Back to Hossa. He shot one right through the goal crease. And now the Wild Pominville had it but lost it to Kruger. He looks in front. Oh, picked out of midair by Brodziak. Good play by Brodziak, where Hjalmarsson was going to have a good chance. Here's Hjalmarsson. Clearing it back into the wild end. This is going to be icing Chicago.
A little bit earlier, Pat, the last shift for Andrew Shaw. Watch what ends up happening. The stick of Kyle Brodziak right there, trying to lift up the stick and ends up catching the chicklets of Andrew Shaw.
Wild with the draw. Suter down low. Ryan Suter rolled it back. Here's a long shot attempt off a leg to Hjalmarsson. Under no icing, Brizgalov having to play it. Down to 5 minutes remaining in the third period.
Minnesota's defenseman, Pat, be a little bit more aggressive here. Last 2-3 minutes there. Remember the one rush by Blum. Suter was below the goal line. Hawks got to be aware of that.
Late stages of period 3. The Hawks lead by 1.
Go back to the goal for Brian Bickle. His first point since March the 6th against the Columbus Blue Jackets. But just a beautiful stay with it type of play, Pat, after getting denied on just a great save by Brizgalov, but he stayed right with it, threw those hands up towards the crossbar, opened up the blade of the stick, and that's what allows you to get elevation when a goaltender's down. It's a great goal, and again, great help there from Jeremy Morin.
Osa sending it deep, working against Haula. And he would jump loose. Cook sends him away. Spurgeon's up on the rush. Fontaine's got it now. Fontaine into the middle, waits and wires. Crawford the save, rebound. He made a second save on Spurgeon's bid. And Shaw cleared it ahead. Here comes Sharp looking to race through the checking and could not bring the puck with him. Back comes Nordstrom, fires it, and a pad save for Brizgalov. Funny half off a partition to Kruger. Kruger back to Brookbank. Ben Hjalmarsson looking to bank it to the front of the net, didn't get a good half. And Spurgeon cleared it to the boards. Bollig tried to keep it in. Eventually it got out, then it's offside.
Well, we talked about the Minnesota Wild getting the defenseman a little bit more active. There's Jared Spurgeon in front of the net after the shot from Fontaine. Good save from Corey Crawford. Battling in front, right pad, right blocker save. Seabrook battling, Hossa down low. Keith was there as well. Strength in numbers. There were the numbers of the Blackhawk goaltender so far. Under 4 minutes left to go, up by 1.
Here's a chance for Saad. He drives. Tried to pull it to the backhand. It was thwarted by Ilya Brizgalov. But the powerful skating stride of Brandon Saad gave him a decent look.
Well, good quick play there from Duncan Keith to get the puck up to Brandon Saad. And good play there from Marco Scandella, not allowing Saad to go to the backhand. He might have had some room there, Pat. Brizgalov down, taking away the bottom of the net. Good effort from Saad.
Now Brodin clearing it up the boards. Molson there. Going rink wide, Brodziak in against Hjalmarsson, who just got right in his way and then took it away. Now taken by Saad. Rolled it into Minnesota ice. Regan works the board, got it loose. Versteeg checked right away, and Molson cleared it. Peter Regan into the zone. Looks toward Morin, looking to center. Regan! Oh, and his one-timer went just wide. And Suter's pass deflected out to center. Zach Parise gave it right to Brent Seabrook. And Blum cleared it up the boards. Suter put it ahead. Here's Parise. He pulls up. Looks to the trailer. That pass didn't work. Bowling the other way. Has Kruger going to join him? Bowling tried a shot smothered by Spurgeon. And Coyle comes out. Down to 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. Blackhawks clinging to a 2-1 lead. Wild looking to change that. Haula with a shot. He scores! He didn't change it. Eric Haula's long-range wrister escaping Crawford to the short side. It's 2-2.
At the angle that we sit on here at the United Center, I believe this puck went between the legs of Nicholas Hjalmarsson. I'm not sure if it grazed the left leg at all. But Haula gets this puck. You see Cook going hard to the net. The shot right there, and that's what Crawford's got to have. And you see the reaction from Corey Crawford. There's the shot. The puck is on edge a little bit. No, that's clean out. I don't know if it went off of the stick of Matt Cook or not, but I think it did just, it grazed something, Pat. And again, the puck was on edge when Haula shot it. And when I saw it get through the legs of Hjalmarsson, it made me think it went off the leg. But now on that replay, maybe it did go off the blade of the stick. But nonetheless, from that far out, you got to get a stop there.
Oh, the Wild have drawn even. And here comes Sharp. Spurgeon for Minnesota. Got it to an open wing. Seabrook held it in. Now Hossa surrounded. Molson took it away, getting it out. Hawks miss on a pass, icing Chicago with 61 seconds remaining.
Go back again, Pat, to that goal. Again, the shot coming, but then watch what happens once the stick of Matt Cook gets on the outside of Nicholas Hjalmarsson. Shot, it looks like it's on edge, and then just right there, it looks like it just skips enough up top. But again, I mean, from that dot to the net, you're talking 20 feet. And I like how deep Crawford was as well, just from the goaltending position. He's got to be out a little bit more there to cut down the angle.
Here's Son with a shot, blocked away by Brizgalov. Getting to the point you made a little bit ago, you can tell by Crawford's reaction. I mean, if you ask him, he thinks he should have had it.
Yeah, right.
Here's Coyle trying to muscle his way in, broken up. And now they work on the boards. Kruger finds Brookbank, half a minute left. Now Suter put it on the stick of Spurgeon. Fontaine gets in. Hjalmarsson stripped him. And we get down to 10. And the Wild Cook just put it to the neutral zone. Puck bouncing back for Smith, but he'll run out of time. Suter gave him a little bit of a whack, but they quickly separate, and we have played 60 minutes in the United Center, and 5 minutes or less coming up. The Hawks and the Wild tied at 2 at the end of 3. Welcome back to West Madison Street. The Wild have had 25 shots so far. The Hawks have had 23. As you see, 4 of them have gone in. Let's look back, Eddie.
We'll go back to the first period. Partner Charlie Coyle gives the Minnesota Wild a 1-0 lead, a double deflection. Kind of been the theme here. Breaks the stick of Hjalmarsson off of Coyle, 1-0 lead. The Hawks answer back. Second chance opportunity. Side defense Smith. Benny goes top shelf there, 1-1. As we head into the third and talk about top shelf. Brian Bickle can't get any higher than that. He goes roof. 2-1 lead for the Hawks, and then late in the third, Eric Haula takes the shot. Thought it went off the stick of Matt Cook. Doesn't matter. 2-2 headed to overtime.
And again, 4 skaters aside opening up. Here's a hand pass right off the draw, so the whistle sounds.
I talk about the positioning of of Corey Crawford on that last position, Pat. I mean, if you're out a little bit farther off the, off the post, off the goal line, you give yourself a better chance there. But when the puck is, you get so deep, if you're not really a reactionary type of goaltender, you're going to find yourself in no man's land. And when you're out a little bit more on the blue paint, the puck's going to hit you. Just with the way the puck comes in off those angles, and the Hawks are in a battle here in overtime.
Koivu in behind Parise, rolled it out to Suter. Zach Parise across for Jared Spurgeon. He tries a long flip shot. It hit traffic in front. Brookbank hit hard by Koivu. They win the puck. The Wild do. Spurgeon had his pass broken up by Kruger. Now back comes Versteeg. Doesn't have any help. Everybody else changing. He's going to allow his team to keep possession. Well, the Hawks, if they can get a win tonight, would get to a .500 record in their own division. I mean, the Blackhawks have lost 19 games in regulation all season long, and 12 of them have come against teams in their own division. They're 11, 12, and 3 against divisional opponents. Entering the action, Sharp with a long slap shot deflected up off the glass, and then the netting gets out of play. Take a look at our ANA Airlines upcoming schedule, and Eddie mentioned this a little bit ago. Tomorrow night we'll be with you again from Columbus. And this is the entire remaining schedule. The season ends a week from Saturday. The last 2 road games in Washington and in Nashville next weekend. Now Brodziak. Scandella has some skating room. Marco Scandella's shot, blockered away Crawford. It missed Keith, going to be held into Brodin. Molson, a long flip shot. Crawford through a screen, made a good stop. And back comes Hossa. On a split a couple of D, and Brodin knocked it loose. Brodin had it taken away. Hjalmarsson had his shot blocked. It's out of play.
Well, you get the 4-on-4 hockey. Becomes more man-on-man all throughout the ice. Once you get a guy, you stay with him and usually let it sort out from there. But the forwards have the defensemen and defensemen have the forwards, so there's no miscommunication. Everybody's got somebody and you stay with them, especially in your own zone. You can't just assume somebody's going to grab somebody. You got to have conversation. You got to let guys know, and you sort it out from there.
Look out in the crowd. A Souvenir deflecting upstairs, out of play.
All right. That's it.
All right, a happy human again.
No better feeling.
Right now, Hjalmarsson. By the way, Colorado losing at home 2-1 in the second period to the Rangers. Here come the Wild. Cook gets the line. Matt Cook shot. Blocked by Hjalmarsson. Now Leddy finds Hjalmarsson, who's got plenty of room. Nick Hjalmarsson. Looking for a little help. Rolled it in deep. There's Saad. Landon Saad. A check to the corner. And the Wild able to get the puck. Here's Parise in on Seabrook. Rolls up, looks for Koivu. Koivu's backhand pass, and it was jumping around on the ice. Boy, it would have been a great chance for Suter. Just jumped over his blade. Parise working Seabrook in the end boards. It's picked up finally by Shaw. They work 3-on-3. Here's Kruger into the zone. Marcus Kruger turns in deep. Now Kruger trying to center. Shaw well covered. We have 80 seconds remaining in the skating portion of the game. Rodin up the ice. Fakes. That forced two teammates offside. Well, our producer on CSN Blackhawks hockey is award-winning Mike Leary. Our director is the Bulldog, Dave Turner. Our associate producer, Baby Hawk, Dave Ross. Our lovely stage manager, Beth Atkinson. Our technical manager is Mark Harper. And the senior executive producer of CSN Hawks hockey is Jim Corno Jr. And we thank one and all for their tireless efforts. Here's Coyle in on Hjalmarsson. Tried to pull up. Hjalmarsson took it away. And now it's chased down. Smith moves in. And his shot blocked Suter. Well, Ben Smith, who did not have a point his last 6 games. Eddie showed you that he opened the Chicago scoring tonight with an early goal in the second period. And, Ryan Suter just wisely made sure he never get the puck to the net. Brandon Saad assisted on that Smith goal, and he didn't have a point in 7 previous games. So, two guys with the injury the Hawks have sustained, they're going to be looked to help out. Now Seabrook did a great job to shield that away from Parise. And here come the Hawks for Steve. To Keith. Along with shot, hoping for a redirect. Didn't get it from Versteeg. Keith has it again. Versteeg, a one-timer, blocker save. Brizgalov.
Puck was on edge. That's why Keith did not shoot it, Pat. I don't think he had confidence in shooting it. Look out on the Blackhawk bench, or right in behind. Into the crowd and behind Blackhawk bench. There's that chance from Chris Versteeg off the pass from Duncan Keith.
After a dominant first period at the dot for the Blackhawks, the Wild have got a lot better. They've now won 2 more draws than the Hawks have to this point of the game. They're trying to make sure that timing is all set. Apparently that's proper, and now they go to 7-9. Left in overtime.
There's that rolling puck to Duncan Keith. That's why he didn't shoot it.
The draw to the Wild. Scandella up the boards. Looks to center. Running out of time. Prosser, and the overtime session is done.
Hey, you're talking about face-offs. Watch Patrick Sharp. Watch how awkward he falls there.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those where the balance, it kind of fell, and good to see him get back to his feet there.
Well, the coaches will decide who their first 3 shooters will be in the upcoming shootout, which happens in a moment. Welcome back to Chicago, where the Hawks and the Wild are going to go to a shootout. And here's certainly an element of the game where Joel Quenneville, for the first time, has some decisions to make. Well, not for the first time, but, you always get Taves and then Kane, usually 1-2 in the shootouts. And, of course, they are unavailable. You get word that Patrick Sharp will be first up for the Blackhawks, followed by Hossa, who hardly ever does this unless they get to extra time. And then Ben Smith is third up, who's not taken a shootout attempt. Excuse me, he's taken 2 this year.
So on Brizgalov, Pat, I'd be more apt to go to the deke, the fake, get him moving, and then think about elevation. I mean, I think he's good on the shooting, but I think you really want to try to get him moving side to side.
And take a look at the Minnesota Wild bench as the TV timeout was happening. Look what they do. They'll go back over shootouts. There's Corey Crawford in the net against in previous shootout situations. Mikko Koivu checking it out, seeing if they can pick up any sort of tendencies.
Absolutely. Going to school. How often do we talk about that, Pat? All the time, just to give a player a quick little study.
So Patrick Sharp, the leadoff man for Joel Quenneville. Sharp in on Bryzgalov. Stick handling, and Bryzgalov able to stay with him to the forehand.
And Bryzgalov stayed right with him, Pat, but watch the positioning of Patrick Sharp here. He's got the puck in front of him, so he only can go either way. He never kept him honest to shoot that puck right away. If it's off to the side, the goaltender doesn't know when you're going to shoot it. With it being in front, he knew he only could go one way or the other. Much more options if it's off to the side.
No, Zach Parise. Going to move very slowly in on Crawford. Crawford got a piece.
How many goaltenders better than National Hockey League in a penalty shot or a shootout, Pat, is when players shoot on them. Good save there, big save.
Marian Hossa looking for his first conversion of this season. And Hossa to Bryzgalov, fires right through him. The overpowered Bryzgalov for the Hawks in front.
Looked like Bryzgalov knew what Hossa was going to do here, Pat, but just Big Hoss fires this thing right through. Isn't able to absorb that hard shot from Big Hoss, and that's a big-time goal there.
Mikko Koivu, the Wild captain, is next up. He comes in with a little speed on Crawford to the backhand. Crawford lunging to his left.
A forehand backhand. A lot of room upstairs, but Crawford's able to take away the bottom of the net and get the glove on it.
And Ben Smith has a chance to win the game for the Blackhawks. Smith shooting. Bryzgalov got a piece. Might have got an iron on the way by.
Well, Ben Smith not only has to worry about the goaltender, but you got to worry about the man in the middle there, Derek Danson, the linesman.
All right, here's Pominville in on Crawford with a save, can win it. Pominville, Hawks win! Hawks win. Corey Crawford shut the 5-hole, and the Blackhawks win the game in a shootout.
Jason Pominville coming in real slow, Pat. I mean, real slow, wait, and talked about how good he is when it comes to the shooting aspect in the skills competition. Not allowed there. And a couple of big-time saves there from Corey Crawford. And a huge win. Talked about our keys to the game, our Hyundai keys to the game, building up a little mo. They got some going into Columbus tomorrow night.
Corey Crawford picks up his 30th win of the year out of the 43 that the Blackhawks have had. And the Hawks draw even in terms of their divisional record. They're now 12-12-3 in the Central Division. Let's check out the three-star selection.
The third star from the Minnesota Wild, number 20, Ryan Suter. The number 2 star of the game from the Blackhawks, number 28, Ben Smith. And the number 1 star of the game from the Blackhawks, number 29, Bryan Bickell. Fans, please turn your attention to the Blackhawks bench where Luke Stuckmeyer is with tonight's second star of the game, Ben Smith.
But how satisfying is this win to get it tonight and stop that little slide?
It felt good. You know, it's good to be back in front of our fans. You guys really lifted us tonight, so thanks a lot for that.
You had a goal. It was right in front of the net. Bickell's was the same way. Was that sort of the game plan going into this to keep it simple?
Yeah, when you play, we play a lot of good goalies pretty much every game. So to score on those guys, you have to get in front, battle hard, and try and find those rebounds. And, we were able to do that twice tonight.
What's the game plan here the last 5 games?
Oh, just work hard to, get better every day, just like we've been doing all season. Win 5 games, hopefully. We'll start with one tomorrow in Columbus, but just enjoy it also.
Congratulations on the win. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Luke.
Ben Smith, your number 2 star.